days are flying past. March already. How did that happen?
No, I promise you I've been done today.
Welcome to this week's video. So it sees us complete our first full circle on the network.
Since picking the boat up, that is.
It's taken us 3.5 years due to COVID. We've gone from Middlewich all the way across to Sheffield, down the Trent and Mersey,
Into Birmingham.
stop off along the way, back up the Shropshire Union and then back round to Middlewich. All on previous videos, of course, if you want to go back and have a look at some of them.
Somehow, somewhere and some way. I'm trying to be sensible this video.
First time for everything. And this video also sees us go through Harecastle Tunnel.
Yeah, mind that low bridge and see whether you see the skeleton.
So, hope you enjoy it. Let the comments below, we'll get back to you when we can.
Because there's big stories about Harecastle Tunnel, but you might have to go researching them. Push the button, ring the bell, it's free to you and me and Tash, the world, the animals that are about.
Hope you enjoy, we'll see you at the end.
In a bit.
It is another beautiful day today. It's quite warm in the sunshine. There's another frosty start this morning. Don't mind the frosty starts when the days are like this.
I'll try not to bang this.
So it's not very far up here to Venetian Marina. I moved the van from Bunbury this morning up to Venetian and then ran back and met Paul on the boat at Calverley where he was filling with water and washed the boat. Sorry about the noise of the washing in the background. We've got the washing machine on whilst moving.
Almost 3 years to do a full tour.
Yeah, so we picked the boat up in Venetian Marina in October 2019. So we've almost done the full circle. We were in the marina in Sheffield for the first 2 years of COVID. There's lots of boats moored down here, so it'll be a nice slow amble down here past all the moored boats. And like I say, not far to Venetian Marina where we're going to stop for a couple of hours with the cleaning products. We've just come into the end of the Middlewich branch before we turn right to head down the Trent and Mersey. Just before we get to the Trent and Mersey, we will do a very short piece of canal called the Wardle Canal, which is the shortest section in the country.
Was it meant to be paying attention?
No, you're fine.
That's
Taking
okay.
pictures, that's good. So as you can see, it is a beautiful day. We're just moving down to the other side of Sandbatch today. And then my next job in a moment, I must phone CRT to book Harecastle Tunnel.
It's colder than it looks, you know.
It is quite chilly, but I can do chilly as long as it's dry, it's nice. So the Middlewich branch was built to connect the Shropshire Union and the Trent and Mersey canals.
Well, when we get to Harecastle Tunnel, that's the ghost tunnel. There's plenty of stories. And there's stories written in books about it. It could be a lady, it could be a man. But that's for one for when we get closer to it.
It is, that'll be an interesting one when we do that one. Here we are going down Wardle Lock. This is Wardle Canal, which is the shortest section in the country. Just to under that bridge where it then joins the Trent and Mersey Canal. Last time we did this section we turned left and went up towards Preston Brook. This time we're turning right, going down the Trent and Mersey, new section of canal that we haven't done before. It is quite busy here at the Middlewich branch junction. There's a boat just come down the lock that's going into the boatyard. There's a hire boat the other side of the junction. So Paul's just manoeuvring so he can come up onto the lock landing whilst I'm emptying it so we can get on and go up. You can see it's a busy junction, there's a boatyard here and just the other side of that white bridge is Anderson Boat Hire. The King's Lock pub is right next to this lock as well. As you can probably guess, the lock is called King's Lock. Nice friendly pub. We did go in there for a couple of drinks the other evening. And then again, quite a lot of boats moored above the lock, just on the edge of Middlewich before we get down towards Sandbatch.
So we're on the Trent and Mersey. We've come through Wardle Canal and we've done King's Lock, and we're now at Rump Lock, which is the first lock after you've done King's Lock. Tasha's just emptying out the water from the lock, so I don't know how well you can see it because of the sun. Let's see whether we can zoom in a bit and see the ripples on the water as the canal's emptying. You can hear her turning the paddles, and just in a minute that square upright you'll see the ratchet part of the paddle just appear.
Happy Valentine's Day!
Thanks very much, honey. And that slippery step.
Beautiful day, really enjoying our cruising today. A bit worryingly, we've already had an email through from Canal and River Trust. There are low water levels on the bottom end of the Trent and Mersey Canal between Shardlow Lock and Derwent Mouth Lock. It's only the middle of February, so we're just really hoping that they manage to resolve this and get them sorted, and it's not going to be shut again. The Trent and Mersey was shut from just above Great Haywood to Leek for several months last summer. We're hoping there's not going to be problems again this summer and closures at the bottom end of it, because that will stop us getting to Newark for our wedding and to Erewash for the festival at the end of May. So hopefully we get some rain and Canal and River Trust managed to get the water levels sorted so it doesn't cause too many issues. Weather's improving, haven't had the fire lit today, so the chimney's cooled down enough to be able to be swept. Just doing the top section first. So that's the top section of chimney attachment on the top of the boat where the stack sits, which I've taken off. Just saw Paul sweeping that, and now he's sweeping the section that goes down inside the boat. Important to do it regularly because build up of soot is quite often the cause of chimney fires. Sorry it's poor light, but we've just been for a walk and come back and decided to do it before it gets dark. Loving these longer days. It does give us a few more daylight hours to get things done. Can I call you Sooty?
What, in sleep?
Yeah.
On a day like today? Morning.
So today's the day. Harecastle Tunnel awaits us.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting day.
We've just spoken to one of the gentlemen that manages it, and we are going to need to drop the roof boxes. So if someone's a bit worried about banging his head as he constantly bangs his head.
Well, it's one of them, isn't it? I'd rather be safe than sorry. Yeah, and I've got a head torch to go on too. Morning, how are we?
So we're moored just over there behind us, as you can see.
Yeah. The waters are rusty orange.
So yeah, apparently because of the water seepage that comes through from the original Brindley tunnel, that brings the iron ore deposits down, and that's what causes the colouring of the water around here.
Really? There you go.
There you go.
Well, that comes from the old tunnel.
It does, yeah, the Brindley tunnel. So there's two tunnels.
So, there you go. There's the entrance. And you can read the sign if you can read it backwards.
That's the second tunnel that was engineered by Thomas Telford.
And opened in 1827, I think.
Yes, about 40 years after the original tunnel, which was the James Brindley Tunnel. Which
1777.
Yes. The Brindley Tunnel was smaller and they had to leg through there with the boats, which took 3 to 4 hours.
And it closed in 1914.
Very impressed at your memory. It's so much better than my memory.
I'm not going to say nothing, but there's a sign over there that says both
cheating.
of them. But that tunnel is about 2,926 yards.
And it was the second longest tunnel next to the Norwood Tunnel on the Chesterfield Canal when it was built.
But it says it's 14 foot wide. So why have we got a problem with the width and the height?
That'll be because there's been lots of subsidence over the years.
Okay.
So when it was built originally, there was towpath down the side of it and the horses could bring the boats through, which meant it was faster passage. But
man's going to move that tug that was there last night.
But then with subsidence problems, some of the towpath completely disappeared. And in 1914 they introduced electric tugs to take the boats through because it wasn't safe to use the towpaths anymore.
Was it about 30 at a time?
30 boats at a time, yes.
There you go.
And then
useless facts I've stored in this little grey map.
And then branching off of the Harecastle Tunnel are several smaller tunnels as you go through, which went direct to the coal mines, and they could accommodate boats up to about 10 or 11 tonne. So they used to bring the coal directly from the mines onto the boats rather than having to haul it up through the hill.
But they were only about 11 foot, weren't they?
11 tonne.
11 tonne.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, as that man's just gone in there are a couple of boats coming out from that tunnel before we go in.
And there's another boat coming to join us to go through.
And we've been informed there's another one coming through. But if you notice the height of that tunnel to the height of that one,
it's much smaller.
Definitely some difference. But they used to leg through.
They did. So to construct the tunnel, they dropped shafts from the top of the hill, 15 shafts from the top of the hill, and then pulled the rock and earth, etc., up through the shafts to construct it. So as you go into the tunnel, they close the door at the other end, and there's big machines.
You mean so I don't have a door or any light?
Yeah, no
aim
light
to
aim for.
That's not good.
So
good job on putting my headlamp on.
Big fans to draw the air up so we don't get diesel fumed whilst we're in there. Originally there was Watts steam pumps which helped keep the airflow going in the tunnels, and they did use the fans still to get the air up to the top.
Cool. And it's worked by 2 CRT guys,
yes.
One of which has just gone in that tunnel, and the other one, if you're here overnight, and there is a building, boat facilities, I'll try and duck down so you can see the other one that's in the window.
But it all gets closed.
But
so
it all gets closed up overnight, so it doesn't get vandalised, I think. Not that we've had a bad problem.
No, it's been
We've
fine.
had a perfect night staying here last night. Only issue that might be, you're right outside Cosgrove train station.
Kidsgrove train station even.
Oh yeah, Cosgrove's a different place. Yeah. Oh, there's the boat coming out, or it will be coming out. So expect some trains to be about running through the evening. Yeah. But other than that, we've had a brilliant night here.
There is also a footpath. You can walk over the top of the tunnel. So just there, that footpath goes up over the top. I believe it's about 2 miles.
That's how they brought their cars down.
Yes, yeah.
But there is going back the other way, away from the tunnel and the trip towards the railway line, there is a turnover bridge. Yeah,
it's a very steep one, isn't it?
It is. And if you don't know what a turnover bridge is, the horses, when they pulled the boats originally, the horses walked up one side and came down the other. But this tunnel, no.
That one?
Oh, we'll start with that one, seeing you go in there. Didn't have any footpath on it.
So the children used to take the horses up over the hill whilst the boats went through.
And then this one was built with a towpath. But since then, they've taken it away.
So we've got some boxes to go and take down, haven't we?
So we'll see in a bit. maybe Tash might do a little bit of videoing of me taking it all down and packing it in the boat. Have you been through before?
No.
Oh, okay, that's good. Fresh canvas. Right. No smoking. No naked flames. Pilot lights you can get away with on any appliance, so you're okay with that. Height of the roof in there varies a lot. It drops down suddenly in a number of places. Where it does come down, there's lots of yellow and white fluorescent paint. Watch out for that. Just make sure you don't bang your head, fall in and drown. That would be a bad start to the day, wouldn't it? So lowest point is, you see the black and white profile.
Yeah, mate.
I'll be gauging you against that when you go in.
Okay.
If you were to clip that, then we'd have to stop you and we'd have to think again. Wouldn't be a problem, but we'll have to hold you up and we'd have to think again. That's about halfway through. Going this way comes in sharply on the right hand side there, about halfway through.
Alrighty.
Now I always say sort of 2/3 normal cruising speed in there, whatever that means to you.
Yeah.
Stay in the middle of the channel, you've got plenty of width. It's 10-11 feet wide. It's 1.8 miles long, so at that it should take you about 35-40 minutes. So 15-20 minutes in, watch out for it coming in sharply on the right hand side there. Normal tunnel procedure when you're in there, so cabin lights on, interior cabin lights on all the way through. Torch at the back, at least for the helmsman. That's got a case one. I've forgotten life jackets. Yeah, okay. It's not mandatory, but I have to ask, and if you've got them, I do have to recommend that you wear them. There's at least one fella who would be alive today if he'd have heeded that advice, without putting a downer on your trip. But yeah, life jackets. Okay, I think that's just about it really. If you break down in there, emergency signal. If you break down in there, if you get into trouble, then the signal from you that you've got a problem is one long blast of your horn, 5-second blast every 30 seconds. Yeah. If you're still in there after an hour, and some people are, don't know what they're doing there, but if you're still in there after an hour, we're starting to worry about you. Our procedures kick in, phone calls are being made, fans are knocked off, we're looking and we're listening. If we hear that signal,
Yeah.
Our response, our acknowledgement is 3 short blasts. Yeah, that we know that you're in there. There's a rescue boat there, Harecastle, and that will come in and drag you out if necessary. It is more reliable than it looks, incidentally. We've never known that breakdown.
Well, what says that about me?
Well, Mum never says it about me, so you're lucky. Yeah, okay, that's just about it, unless you've got any questions, I think. I'll put you in, you're going first. So, yeah, that's okay.
Oh, excellent, yeah.
Yeah. I'll put you in, I'll call you up 2 minutes afterwards. If you can maintain that distance so you don't encroach, and there's no issues in there, that'd be good.
Yep.
Obviously it's cold, wet, dark. Towards the other end where the fans are, it's a bit noisy. Because we're pulling air from this end to that end. Okay.
Righty.
Right, okay. Can't give you that, which is pretty much what I've already told you. So forgive me first, nobody listened to me. Right, need to check, listen
how
to...
much information he's given you. The questions will be on postcard later.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, they did check.
Oh, what you need to check.
I need to listen to your horns, please, and have a look at your steaming lights. If I could also ask you if you can take the fenders off. Yeah, these fenders, if you can take them off before you go in. There's some boats due to go in now, so you're going to be 3/4 of an hour anyway.
Lights.
So the contents of the boxes are emptied into the front of the boat, and Paul's now going to drop the boxes so we can get through the tunnel safely without catching them. When Paul made the boxes, he did make them so we could take them down for trips like this, but it does mean we need to allow a couple of hours before the trip to empty them all out and get them dismantled. 4 boats coming up through the tunnel before we can go down. Here comes the first one coming out. Here's the second boat to exit the tunnel this morning. The bonus of having anything flattened on the roof is that we'll actually be able to clean it properly before we put the boxes back together again. Here we go, bang on 11 o'clock as we were booked, heading towards the tunnel. Nice clear height on the roof.
Where's everything gone?
Try and do some video as we go through.
Okay. That's alright, I just didn't want to take too much paintwork.
It is tight with a marker.
When you're in there, right? Don't take too much trouble when you're in there, right?
Why not? Just allow it to work for everybody else.
You'd be amazed actually how much some people bring out with a brickwork.
I can imagine.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, that's right.
So yeah, we'll try and do some videos as we go through. We're not sure how our lighting will be. So we have been advised to make sure we're on 2/3 throttle, because going faster rather than slower helps you stay in the middle going through a tunnel. Is ahead of us. The gentleman on there is from New Zealand, and their boat name is Rory. Their boat name is Rory for pig. Goodbye to the daylight as we know it for half an hour. As you can see, there is plenty of space at the moment, but where the tunnel does lower is due to subsidence that has happened over the years and settlement of the earth, surrounding earth, when the tunnel was built. There are distance markers on the water as we go through. We have just passed the 400-metre marker that we have travelled. The roof has got closer now, got a bit lower. White paint on the ceiling where the tunnel lowers again, so as you can see that is coming up just ahead. Have yet to see any of the famous ghosts or skeletons that are reportedly in here though, but this is bigger than Gossley Tunnel.
As in height?
Yeah.
I can sound it.
Gossley Tunnel was lower than this when we went through, if you remember, in the summer when we did it. It's back on one of our previous videos. I will put the link on here for you. Yeah, here we go, another white marking, so the tunnel height is coming down slightly again. This is probably about the same size as Gossley Tunnel that we're going into now. This must be the lowest section, I would imagine. Mind your heads.
I am.
This is significantly lower now. We wouldn't have got through here with the roof boxes, so we are pleased we took them down. It would have been a long way to reverse up if we hadn't have done.
I think it gets even lower.
This is the lowest section.
You're taking the light away on my head.
Sorry.
Oh, now I can't really see.
1,300 metres in now, so we're almost halfway. From what we'd read up on the history of the tunnel before we started coming through, we thought we were going to be able to see the original ventilation shafts still, which were the shafts which were used for building the tunnel, and the tunnels going off of this one to the mines. But we haven't seen any of them, so we think We're just starting to hear the fans. So the fans at this end of the tunnel for the airflow. And the doors are closed whilst we're coming through. And then they'll open them as we get a bit closer. That small light in front of us is the boat in front of us. You can hear the sound of the fans a bit more clearly now. On the walls and the deposits as the water seeps through. The majority of the way through, the tunnel's been this kind of size. It was just those couple of 100 metres in the middle that were really low. We haven't seen any ghosts or skeletons though.
You mean they haven't looked scared?
Just see the boat in front of us exiting the tunnel and we're almost there. And this is the height measure, so you can see how close it is as we come out. The original towpath that used to go through the tunnel, there's the remains of it just there. There we go. Trip done.
Yeah, hey, no bangy head.
Close in a couple of places.
Say again?
Close in a couple of places.
Don't tell everybody.
Just see over there the other tunnel entrance from the original Brinsley tunnel. Sign on our port side saying welcome to Stoke-on-Trent. Few boats moored on our starboard side. Hope you enjoyed that.
I didn't bang me head. I got away with it.
On which one? Oh, the castle. The Harecastle Tunnel.
The castle. It's in the name, but not quite in the actual visit. Yeah, Harecastle Tunnel. It got very low, as you saw.
Yes. Very interesting. Well worth doing the homework before you go through there, and well worth arriving early so you can make sure your roof's clear enough if you carry items on your roof.
And please do wear a life jacket when going through there, because if you're not lucky and you bang your head and you're the last boat, nobody would know you've gone unless you've got somebody stood on the back with you.
No, it was well worth doing. It was a good trip through. And the colour of the water up there, you see pictures of it and hear about it. It's really unusual when you see it.
All the iron ore. It's quite strange actually, because you've got water coming in part way through, and it's a little bit nerve wracking. You think, are we going to raise and bang our heads even more?
Anyway, onwards with our journey now. We've done our full circle, new waters.
But what we didn't tell you in the middle of the intro was about the Wardour Canal. The shortest one on the network.
If you blink, you miss it.
Did I? Oh no, I remembered it. Yeah.
So next week's video sees us tackle a couple of different flights of locks.
Sorry, I'm just concentrating on going around the bend. You're alright.
Both of them with lots of history to them. So hopefully you'll join us next week to learn more about them.
Push the button, ring the bell. It's free to you, me, the world. Share us, like us, come and catch up with us. Coffee kettle's usually on. See you later.
See you next week. Bye.